Announcement. Later. Hey fam, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. Tonight, these kids were battling it out. Let me tell you what happened. This week, Sia minted the idols, and the top 5 will go to the top 4 with no judge saved. So the bottom vote getter will go home. Ryan announced the finale is just 2 weeks away. Oh my God. Sia, Katharine McPhee, and David Cook will all take the stage tonight. There'll also be 2 themes tonight, rock and Catalogue of Sia, and the first theme was the rock theme. Steven Van Zandt helped mentor the contestants on this theme, and LaPorsha Renae was up first safe, yay! And into the top 4, and she had a new hairdo that took her about 14-15 hours to complete. She did Wanted, Dead, or Alive by Bon Jovi. And Scott had some reservations about the song choice, but Steven loved it, and she went ahead and did that. She started out facing the camera away from the audience. It was kind of sedate, but her voice was so present and had a great ring to it. The gruff in her voice really made for a great sound and gave her quite a bit of an edge. She seemed to have forgotten the words at some point on the chorus, but got quickly back on track and rocked the rest of the song out. The last big note didn't quite scale the heights. It was like, got a little flat up there, but this was still a pretty good performance, not her best. Key said she brings out blues, soul, and swagger in the song. J-Lo called her voice undeniable. Harry said her ability as a singer transcends every genre and noticed her vibrato was in time to the music. Next safe then into the top 4 was MacKenzie. Bourg. He did I Want You to Want Me by Cheap Trick, and Scott told him the further away from the original he went, the better, but told him to think twice about changing the melody on the B section. So I realized that I generally always like the tone and the sound of MacKenzie's voice. It's so soothing and sensitive, but the beginning of this sounded kind of off to me. It got a little better, but it seemed throughout the song to be very wobbly as far as the pitch and just his, I don't know, maybe it was his commitment or something. It just wasn't great for me. J-Lo didn't know if she loved his changes because it wasn't as exciting as she wanted to be. Harry thought it was alright, but thought the energy suffered. Keith hated the arrangement and called it maudlin. Then David Cook performed Heartbeat, and there were some projections of other idols on screen behind him as he did this. I liked the actual heartbeat under the music. His vocals were nice, like something you could listen to in order to relax before bed, until they kicked it out to the rock thing and then he wailed away. I wouldn't be sleeping on that. Did you like it? Tell me down in the comments. Such a sudden ending too. Trent Harmon was up next. He did Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top, and Steven kind of helped arrange this song for Trent by pulling out something he did in the middle and putting it front and center. I love the backgrounds as this started and the really bluesy feel with the congas, and then he switched up the tempo and gave us a little more drive. He was kind of reminding me of like an Elvis type figure while he was doing this, because he had all the little moves, the little leg going and things like that, a little bit of gyration, and his voice sounded pretty good, though back to the affections, you know, that I'm not crazy about. But he hit those notes up there. He had a great ending, and the moves, baby, just the moves. I wrote that again. He was doing his thing. Keith and J-Lo stood for him. Harry was content with the groove in the beginning and said he satisfied so many things and called it smart. Keith called it 10 out of a 10. J-Lo said she's been waiting for him to have this performance, calling it perfect. And if you think I'm a 10 out of a 10, please make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you are enjoying it. We've only got 2 more weeks of American Idol, and I need to get as many thumbs as I can so I can remember it when we no longer have Idol. Okay, Robert, snap out of it. Snap out of it. The bottom 2 are Sonika Vaid and Dalton Rapattoni. Then Harry went and picked up Ryan Seacrest for some reason. I don't know what happened. Did you? I don't know what happened. Sonika Vaid goes home and got her memory reel. Sia said she's the total package, and Ryan asked her what she was thinking about while she was crying. And of course, I did my reaction video, so that will be up at some point during the night. I'll put a link for you. And for the announcement, my reaction videos were noticed by some of the producers who are working on some stuff for something that they're doing on April 5th for American Idol, and they actually licensed some of my reactions. So I guess you're gonna see me on Fox on April 5th. Make sure to go and check it out. Make sure to tape it and post it up on YouTube for me so that I can see it. Alright, I might be watching The Voice. Dalton Rapattoni is safe, and he did God Only Knows by the Beach Boys, and his first choice of song wasn't working out because it didn't go anywhere, and he had a backup ready to perform that doesn't go anywhere. I mean, it doesn't really go anywhere either. I really liked his emotion as he started the song, but the melody was kind of plodding as he wandered around the stage and behind the judges, just kind of looking dejected and like he was going to cry. Then he sat on the edge of the stage before heading back to the mic. His voice sounded fine on this, but there was no wow moment, which I think he really needed. Keith thought it was a good song choice, calling it pure. J-Lo thought it was really beautiful and called it a good moment for him. Harry said the arrangement really showed his vulnerabilities. Then the Idols went to NASCAR to sing God Bless America, and we saw some of the footage, and next week we'll see the homecoming reels. Katharine McPhee next performed Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and she started this out a cappella, such a clear and present vocal with such a pure tone. I like when the song got into some pace and she made some nice melodic and rhythmic changes, plus the big notes just sailed out of her. It was one of the best renditions of the song I've heard on any of these shows. For the second theme of the night, it was songs written by Sia, not necessarily the ones that she sang. It could be any song that she wrote. It started out with LaPorsha Renae. She did Elastic Heart, and LaPorsha made Sia cry in rehearsal and got several hugs. And she started this out with just voice and percussion. Really enjoyed her going in and out of the grit in her chest voice to the lighter sound of her head voice. She really attacked this too and hit the beats hard in the chorus while keeping the verse really fluid. Very nice choices and changes, and she didn't flub any words here. She was on top of her game. It was perfection. J-Lo had flashbacks while she was singing and called her a fully realized artist. Harry noticed her singing in her head voice and complimented her on it. Keith said he felt like he was at an awards show. Then MacKenzie Bourg performed Titanium, and Sia tried to get him to hit the high notes and told him it's exciting for the audience, and he started this out with his indie vibe and seemed to really be feeling the lyric on this. Loved all the strings and was waiting for him to hit the big note. I was waiting, which he did well in falsetto. This was very personal and plaintive, and I liked how he went between doing the note and not doing the note, but wished he wouldn't have broken it in two when he did the I can't do it right now because I can't even think how it goes. But anyway, Harry said he thought it was nice but ranted about the focus on hitting the note. Keith liked that he rolled through the moment. J-Lo told him life doesn't begin until you're out of your comfort zone and told him she's rooting for him. Next, Sia performed. She did her new single Cheap Thrills, and I saw the video of this and they just kind of reenacted it here, right, with more energy. The guys actually cut the Sia wigs to really look decent on them. Did you notice that? And Sia's vocals were great as usual, and she was just standing there and rocking back and forth like she was feeling the music. Some of the things she did with her voice on this were fun and very endearing. Do you love this song? Tell me why or why not down in the comments. And Ryan announced that Sia will be going on tour with Coachella. Next, Trent Harmon performed Chandelier, and Sia told him it's her favorite song of hers and gave him some tips on how to arc the performance. So he started this out with just piano and the strings came in slowly. I really felt like he was telling the story in this song, very involved in the emotions and really purring out the lyrics. His falsetto was totally a good fit for the song also, and J-Lo looked like she was about to cry. He handled this very well as it built and built under his swelling vocals. It was a beautiful ending too. Keith said it played to all his strengths, calling it exquisite. J-Lo told him he can do almost anything. Harry called it phenomenal and said he sang it very artfully from a vocal technique point of view and gave him a 100 out of 100. And in the pimp spot, Dalton Rapattoni, he did Bird Set Free, and Sia tried to get him to find a balance between two keys that she heard from him. Oh, and she mentioned that she's also bipolar. I was already a little emotional after Trent's performance and was really getting lost in Dalton's performance and his jacket. He seemed to have a lot of frenetic energy in the beginning of this, thus he still was really rocking back and forth at the mic stand, behind the mic stand, and just kind of diffusing some of it. He always attempts to really internalize the lyrics when he sings, and this was very connected with the emotion throughout. Fierce attack and a breakdown at the end. He was just crying. Very moving. The crowd went wild, but the judges stayed seated. Nobody stood for him. J-Lo said everyone is cheering for his bravery and called him an artist. Harry told him this song was the best match of song and singer of the Sia bunch, and Keith called it an inspired attempt and fantastic. And that's it for the commentary tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. For your thumbs, who's going home next week and who is going to be in the finale? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I want to hear your predictions. Thank you guys for all your support. This is Robert Anton.